What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 465 of Community and episode number 2 of NGW's Rebirth, my fine feathered friends. Didn't expect to have anybody in here, to be honest, this early, but what up, Soul, Goat, Hellish, Botch, Jan, Big Kinzel there. Haven't had you in a stream in a while. At least I'm going to guess that's Kinzel. Indeed, my friends. We are off the heels of last week's season premiere, which got a lot of positive feedback. Appreciative of that. It was a great show, and hopefully this one does not disappoint, as we have 2 more first round matches in the NGW Championship Tournament. Last week we saw Ryan Riley defeat the Ultimate Motito to advance, while Anthony Hunt defeated Jack Dialop, I should say, to advance. Tonight we have Gary Reed and Twisted vying for a spot in the semifinals, and then a matchup I'm very much looking forward to, as Jay Money and Cameron Harris, after getting in each other's faces last week, will come head to head. But not even that, as our main event, guys, a fatal 4-way elimination match, going to showcase some of the newer faces that have never been seen before. This new wave of talent in Season 3 of NGW. We got Jaden Shadow, Joey Diaz, Dylan Vincent, and Stevie Wizard, guys. But kicking off the show is going to be akin to 2 Mack trucks colliding against each other at full speed, as Hunter Blackburn emerges from the wilderness, looking to lead the NGW roster to salvation. Last week, after Anthony Hunt defeated Jack Dialop, this man brutally assaulted Hunt, sending a very clear message to the rest of the NGW roster. Now tonight he makes his in-ring debut. Look at the size of this man. Hunter Blackburn will be going head-to-head with this man, who I am very excited to see get in the ring. The equally as terrifying Freight Train, and what a, quite honestly, what a perfect name to describe this man, if you could even call him a man, this beast. And even Hunter Blackburn erring on the side of caution as he gives the ring to Freight Train. Tonight, guys, we also have tag team action in the works. A very interesting tag match is going to be, no doubt, when Ultimate Matino and Ethan Z take on the BG Body Boys, Dinesh Kumar and Dave Daniels. But here we go. Hopefully the ring isn't forced. Hunter Blackburn and Freight Train, a one-on-one to kick off NGW Episode 2. Referee Perry White rings the bell, and Blackburn goes right at it, beating the holy hell. Misses that drop kick, though, and that's going to give Freight Train the opening that he needs. Look at that. He can barely get Blackburn up off the canvas, but he does for that tossing pump handle. That was amazing. Blackburn back to his feet already. Goes for a crossbody, running crossbody, but instead gets a world's strongest slam with some oomph behind it. These two guys are going at it. No flies on them, you could say. Wasting no time, tearing into each other. Hunter Blackburn says that every member of the NGW roster and eventually CMV will meet nature's end. Will Freight Train be the second victim after what Blackburn did to Anthony Hunt last week? And Freight Train is currently in control, and he's feeling real good about himself. I can see you, Mari. I always see you. Freight Train disposing of Blackburn from the ring, eliminating him from the Royal Rumble match. Kick to the midsection. No, okay, counters. Goes for a powerbomb. Now dropped down into an arm drag. It's an interesting reversal for Blackburn. Sorry if there's a little bit of like background noise, by the way. It is about 85 degrees up here, so I got a little bit of a cheeky fan going. Hopefully you can't hear it all, or if you can, it's not that bad. Guys, but we're at a count of 5 right now, and Blackburn has Freight Train up against the barricade wall, just hammering him with the straight rights. 7. We are getting dangerously close to our first count out here on NGW. Oh, but Blackburn gonna save the day. Just narrowly beating the count. Now Blackburn has his sights set on finishing things here. Backbreaker into a Russian leg sweep. And look at this now, the absolute power, the savagery from the Wild Man. Three gut-wrench suplexes, deadlifting what is easily 300 plus pounds of Freight Train. Now Hunter Blackburn goes for the leg, and I'm sure that Freight Train is not used to having his legs bend up that far. Gonna want to quickly escape from that. You can donate bits. My PayPal is also linked in my Twitch info section. I actually just installed the CMV arcade to make it worthwhile donating bits. You can play a game and set the high score. Only if you're on PC or laptop, though. It's down below. So yeah, look at the absolute power of Freight Train as he just dragged Hunter Blackburn over the top rope, then punched him just a hammer fist. And it seems like Freight Train likes to go. That's the second time in this matchup he's jumped off the second turnbuckle. Seems like he likes to catch some air. I don't know what he tried there. Ended with a hook to the jaw, though, that sends this fight back down to the outside. Up next, we have that first round matchup, guys, in the NGW Championship Tournament. Gary Reed battling Twisted, and next week the first semifinal matchup will take place when the winner of that matchup takes on Ryan Riley, who advanced last week. Oh, Freight Train just about to go for a belly-to-belly suplex, but luckily Hunter Blackburn was able to counter using his own head as a weapon. Oh, off the rails! Off the rails by Freight Train coming out of nowhere. Looked at the chat for a second, guys, and this one might be over. No! Hunter Blackburn somehow surviving the onslaught of Freight Train, and Freight Train can't seem to believe it as he tries to get back on the attack. Oh my God, are you kidding me? He just grabbed Hunter by the foot. Oh my God, now a seated senton on the chest. Freight Train turning up the savagery a bit. Punch to the midsection by Blackburn, who's trying to fire back now. Jawbreaker. Freight Train definitely is the thicker boy of the two. He's got the more the more weight on him. Oh, but Blackburn gives no shits. Choke bomb by the Wild Man. Short arm clothesline by the Freak of Nature, now with a lateral press, hoping that it'll be enough to finish, but it will not be. Freight Train can feel control slipping away from him. Man, what an absolute collision to kick off NGW Episode 2, and still 4 great matches to come as Blackburn gets his guts stomped in there. Blackburn, stiff punch to the midsection, goes for Nature's End, but Freight Train, wow, the reflexes for Freight Train to counter. Mamma mia. Ooh, bless y'all. That cheeky sub. Backbreaker, neckbreaker combination, or rather Russian leg sweep combination, I should say, yet again from Blackburn in this matchup after getting his finisher countered. Back into the ring goes Fright Train. Does not want this ending via countout. Wants a clean, decisive victory in the middle of the ring, whether it be by pinfall or submission. Remember, guys, tomorrow night, Friday Night Genesis number 123, and this Sunday is Emergence, the Fusion exclusive pay-per-view. Last stop before Homecoming 3, and what a card it is. Lateral press there by Hunter Blackburn after stopping a mud hole in Fright Train, walking it dry. Not enough to get him the decision, though. Fright Train grabbed by the back of his head. These two newcomers, man, putting on a hell of a matchup in their debuts. Hunter Blackburn doing a very good job of using the ring as a weapon, as now, what is he looking for? Alpha Mare water slide by the Savage. And that might be the beginning of the end for Fright Train, guys. Put up into a seated position slowly but surely. Hunter Blackburn is bringing Fright Train up to a vertical base. Action roll by the big man, though. What athleticism shown by Fright Train. Unfortunately for him, though, that won't last long. Nature's End. That might be a rope break. It's not. 1, 2. No, but just a 2 count it is. That should have been a rope break. Fright Train's head was clearly under the bottom rope, but luckily Train still has enough left in himself to kick out. And you see Hunter Blackburn is tired as hell. I'm sure these two guys aren't exactly the most, oh, Hunter Blackburn, dirty heel tactics, raking the eyes, but a wrong time to taunt. Now Fright Train makes him pay for it. 1. Oh, just a 1 count. I was going to say, these two don't strike me as marathon runners, so they are both very tired and are probably running on fumes, but now Blackburn mounting a comeback clothesline. There's a back body drop. Fright Train keeps on getting back up, though. Now he's going to pay for it. Spine buster. Oh, now Blackburn. Ritualistic ways as he hopes to close in on the victory in his debut. Fright Train is reeling, guys. Another Alpha Mare water slide. And wasting no time. Not beating around the bush, but bringing Fright Train to his feet. Backfires. Fright Train counters. Jawbreaker goes for a hook to the jaw. Forearm smash, though. And now, what is this? Go home driver. Salvation. 1, 2. No, are you kidding me? These two boys so thick. They can't seem to find something to put each other down. What a way to kick off NGW 2, an instant classic between these two men. And now, Fright Train off the rails. Off the rails a second time. Busts Hunter Blackburn wide open. Hooking the leg. 1, 2. No! Ow, in the hell? Fright Train is livid, and I don't blame him. How are these two guys kicking out? Oh my God, a third Alpha Mare water slide by Hunter Blackburn. This time he goes straight for the pin. 1, 2, 3, no! Hunter Blackburn now is the one who's beside himself, but sets his sights back on the goal at hand as he lines up his shot, and Fright Train will meet Nature's End. 1, 2, 3. Hunter Blackburn is victorious after an instant classic. And, okay, there we go. Scared I got frozen for a second. Oh, Bateman, you little sexy boy. Oh, and Maury with the cheeky sub. Bless. Sub day here, apparently, in the stream. Man, what a match. But it is Hunter Blackburn, who apparently doesn't have a theme. The sound guy really messed it up. Hunter Blackburn. Uh-oh. Ooh, sorry about that at that grocery route. Had something in my throat there. Hunter Blackburn is victorious, Hellish, after a second Nature's End to Fright Train, and after an amazing match. Hey, there's the music. Wait a minute, from the darkness, it's Anthony Hunt looking to get some payback for what happened last week when Hunter Blackburn viciously attacked him after he defeated Jack Dialop in the main event. Anthony Hunt is out here to get some revenge as Freight Train's just like, see ya, deuces, homie. Gonna go catch catering. But Hunter Blackburn is making Anthony Hunt pay big time for rushing the ring. The beats of the Badrin on the apron. Action roll though. Anthony Hunt goes for a jumping cutter. He just can't seem to handle the absolute brutish style of Blackburn. Anthony Hunt though, trying as he may. Nice corkscrew neck breaker. Looking to show Blackburn that he messed with the wrong mofo. There's that spine buster. And now looking to put the exclamation point on this attack. But Hunter Blackburn counters the skull cracker attempt. Back and forth they go. We need to get security out here. These two men are not going to stop face to face. Security pouring into the ring. Anthony Hunt wanted to get payback, but well, he didn't succeed, but he also didn't fail. Security breaking these two apart. Did you just gift a sub to Bateman? Big Kinsler going hard. Maybe one day. Hey, suntan. It is early, but Cameron Harris in action a little bit later on. We just saw Hunter Blackburn defeat Freight Train in what was an amazing matchup between two big men, only for Anthony Hunt to try and attack Blackburn afterwards, trying to get some payback for when Blackburn attacked him last week. Well, he didn't exactly succeed, but he didn't fail either. Both men were taken away by security. And now, guys, we get set for our first of two first-round matchups and the NGW Championship Tournament. The winner of this matchup will meet Ryan Riley on next week's show in a semifinal matchup. And then, of course, later on tonight, Jay Money and Cameron Harris will compete to see who meets Anthony Hunt in 2 weeks. And a semifinal matchup, the finals to crown the new NGW champion, taking place in 4 weeks' time. And guys, next week, the NGW roster certainly going to be on their toes, as Zach Smith, we know, will be defending the Rising Star Championship, but it's not been confirmed who will be challenging him. As Gary Reed, the Dragon, he calls himself, is seeking to make it through to the semifinals. Reed spending most of his career in Japan and as a versatile striker. Wait till if you've never seen Gary Reed, he has got that, but look at how ripped and toned he is. I love it. Yeah, hella dank. It's a good way to describe it. Sort of a clash of cultures here, as Gary Reed's opponent going to be the man from Mexico, Luchador Twisted. Been in CMV for probably around 4 months. Now finds his home on NGW. Former contender for the Rising Star Championship. Twisted looking for something a little bit bigger though here, if he can get past Reed. Guys, up next after this, tag team action when the Ultimate Matino and Ethan Z take on the BG Body Boys. Let's not forget our main event, that Fatal 4-Way elimination match between some new faces. And a tweet, guys, from Mountain Man says, Hunt, you should be careful who you mess with unless you want to be humbled like that cameraman CMV sent to the sanctuary. Yeah, Hunter Blackburn talking about that poor cameraman who was sent to interview Hunter Blackburn last week and never came back. But here we go, guys. Who's breaking through the semifinals? Who will meet Ryan Riley on next week's show in a semifinal matchup as Perry White rings the bell and this gets underway. Gary Reed of Japan against Twisted of Mexico. Gonna snap back on that arm immediately. We know that. Well, maybe you don't know, but Gary Reed does like to use a rolling arm bar to finish off his opponent. So as he goes right for the arms, we know what he's setting up for. And again, now tucks the arm behind the back and a scoop slam, dropping all of Twisted's weight down onto his own arm. What a strategy that is. As now he brings on Twisted. Oh, discus, yeah, punch. That is going to wake you up, guys. Gary Reed is dominating. Now a shoulder breaker. Finally a sign of life from Twisted, with a boot to the top of the head, stiff kick to the midsection, and a swinging knee to the chest. Down on one knee, goes for a DDT, attempts to, but a knee to the midsection instead. Now his scoop slam drops down behind, punch to the back of the head. Oh, nice shot there of old Perry White's bum, of his rear end. Down on one knee, and Twisted just trying to bitch slap Gary Reed. That pisses him off. Another knee to the gut. Oh, and again targeting the shoulder, that time with a power bomb down onto the knee fish drop. You don't see a whole lot of fish drops lately. Another fish drop. This time it's counter. Twisted moves out of the way, and Reed just straight up punched the canvas. Emerald Flosion. Unique offense by Twisted now, who pulls off a stiff kick to the back. Soccer ball kick sending shooting pains up and down the spine. And Twisted gets an opening, decides to pander to the CMV universe, has their support, but Gary Reed's beginning to stir. You do not want to take your eyes off of the Dragon. Another soccer ball kick attempted, moves out of the way to Reed just in time. Pop up! Dropped into a European uppercut. How impressive was that? The strength on display by Gary Reed. Finally gets off that DDT after the third attempt. Does the luchador. Now Twisted tries to mount a comeback. Pulled into a front headlock. Wrenches the arm and a punch to the shoulder. Punch to the back of the head now. Oh no, there it is! That, okay, is that gonna be a rope break? Is Twisted gonna get lucky? The rolling armbar is cinched in. Twisted's kicking his legs, but he's forced to submit. I thought for sure that was gonna be a rope break. Twisted was kicking his legs, viciously trying to get the break, but unfortunately he could not, and Gary Reed executes that game plan to perfection, and it advances to the semis, forcing Twisted to submit. Wait a minute, no, Twisted. Come on, his arm is already torn out of the socket, but wants to send a message to Ryan Riley, who he meets next week in a semifinal matchup. Viciously stomping on Twisted after the bell is already rung. Yeah, 702 started his own Fed now, so he's too good for us lowly CMV folk. Big Z fan, Maury. This is definitely going to be the most colorful tag team match I think we ever had in CMV, and most definitely going to be unique as well, as the Ultimate Matino teams up with newcomer Ethan Z to battle the BG Body Boys, Dinesh Kumar and Dave Daniels. Well, up next we have Jay Money and Cameron Harris in the final first round matchup for the NGW Championship Tournament. And then in our main event, that fatal four-way elimination matchup I'm very excited for. The Ultimate Latino, of course, made his first appearance last week, losing out in an NGW Championship Tournament match to Ryan Riley. Latino has been very upset about that and letting us know about it. See if he can work together with Ethan Z, who's got quite a colorful personality himself. But the BG Body Boys, before arriving at NGW, have been on a little bit of a tear, picking up multiple six-man tag victories on Reality Wrestling alongside Billy Shaw. And of course, here he is. The flamboyant, I feel like that word doesn't do him justice. The Ultimate Latino makes his way to the ring. And not to say that, you know, job to Ryan Riley last week. He might not look like it, but he actually took Ryan Riley for a ride, man. He did not make it easy for him. Love the floaty, just in case there's a body of water nearby. Look at those moves. Definitely, though, in this type of situation, you have to give the advantage to the BG Body Boys, who are actual teammates, who have experienced teaming before, whereas Ultimate Latino and this man, if I can call him a man, this kid, Ethan Z, have never before even met. Hey, what up, Crimson? Haven't seen you in here in a while, my friend. Using up the NGW firework budget for sure. Hey, you guys. Oh my God. Ethan Z. I hope he poured his own money into this firework budget. I don't think we can afford this. A very colorful team. Good God. What did he drive him on? His tricycle? Well, there's team number one, Ultimate Latino and Ethan Z, as they will be battling. Oh, I just saw that. I didn't notice that last week. Yes, Sexy is shaved in the back of Latino's head. And here they are, the BG Body Boys. The thickest of the lot, Coach Dave Daniels and Dinesh Kumar. You know, Coach Dave Daniels earlier this week tweeted out, "I'm ready to eat some ass." Of course, he meant to say beat. He corrected himself. Coach Dave Daniels says he lives on a diet of bananas and horse meat. Gary Reed advanced to the semis, tapping out Twisted, and then attacked him afterwards. I don't know if you saw that, Goat, but now it is tag team action. Our third match of 5 tonight is going to be Latino and Dinesh Kumar starting things off against each other. Calling elbow tie. Latino actually bullying Dinesh back into his corner. I'm honestly surprised that he's the stronger, it seems. Nice clean break, though. Dinesh Kumar with a hammerlock set up straight into a nasty looking lariat. Oh shit. Dinesh Kumar going hard. Those straight punches to the face. Martino not going to take that line down. Gets back up to his feet. Punch to the gut and then mows Dinesh down with a shoulder block. Arm wrench, but Dinesh Kumar. Stiff kick to the gut. Kick to the gut again. And now we have got it, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Bam! Into a fury punch. Not the moneymaker, Dinesh. Come on. Martino gonna get his ribs cracked. Grasping at his chest. You crack those ribs, man. Gotta make it super hard to breathe. And now here comes Coach Dave Daniels, the current WGW World Champion, actually. Martino wants nothing to do with him. Here's our first look at Ethan Z, who is very outsized, as you can see from the get-go. Gets a hook to the jaw. Inverted suplex attempt, instead a vertical. Nice reversal. All right, Z, maybe I underestimated you. Or maybe not. Coach Dave Daniels dragging Z by arm and leg away from his corner. Daniels, kick to the gut. And gonna follow Dinesh's lead. That scoop slam, whatever. And a furious punch comes after. And going after that arm, just trying to rip the shoulder right out of its socket. Dave Daniels not taking it easy on the newcomer. Oh, quick hip toss slam. Ethan Z needs to make a tag back to Martino. He knows it, tries to, but Dave Daniels does a good job of blocking. Little trip up and Ethan Z going in. Right hands flailing. Tag to Martino, good idea. Martino probably the more adverse in in-ring competition than Ethan Z. Big hook to the jaw. Martino actually taller than both of the BG Body Boys. Don't know if that helps him out in any sort of way because Coach Dave Daniels is incredibly strong. Not going to help him block that elbow to the back of the head, though. Martino now goes with the second turnbuckle, tries for a body splash or maybe a knee drop of some kind. You can see he has knee braces on both knees. I don't know if that's a fashion statement or because he actually has bad knees. I do know that that was a spear right there, and a nasty spear. And now it might be all over for Martino and Ethan Z, as we are getting the BG Body Boys stampede. You see they're tagging themselves in and out, making this completely legal and just mercilessly stomping on Martino in the corner. Now Dinesh launched like a torpedo and double boots right to the gut. Martino immediately starts to move. Wow, that might have just been out of instinct. That'll be a rope break, though. That should be a rope break. Ethan Z knocked off the apron. Luckily, Martino has enough to kick out. Martino, though, for the time being, left without a partner. Ethan Z is down. Oh, no, Ethan Z back up rather quickly. All right. Deep scoop slam by Martino, who now takes a deep breath, looking around the NGW arena. What a stiff slap across the face that was. Ducks the clothesline, forearm smash again. Ducks the clothesline one more time, right into a spine buster. Dinesh Kumar runs. He saw the cheeky pelvic thrust followed by some face washing. Yeah, guys, Ultimate Martino actually next week is going to go one-on-one with newcomer Mr. Extreme. Actually, a couple debuts. We're also going to see a boxer make the transition to wrestling. Be interested to see how he carries himself in the NGW ring. Punch to the midsection by Martino, guys, who's starting to build things back up for he and Ethan Z. And Martino's pretty much, oh, headbutt, just as I was saying. Up on one knee, kick to the chest, action roll out of the way. Martino charges, hoping he can catch Dinesh off guard, but instead, the BG Body Boys know what they're going for here. That catapult Power slam. And will that be enough? 1, 2. Oh, wow. All right. I'm impressed with Matino. I think I underestimated him. I don't know why. Like I said, he and Ryan Riley actually put on a really good match last week. And now Matino! Outstanding C-Fire by Matino. Can he actually do it? What an upset this would be. 1, 2. No, just a 2 count. Matino now, I don't know if this is so smart, but he has no choice. He's got to rest up Ethan Z, now the legal man. Up to the second turnbuckle, takes a leap of faith for a knee drop attempt. Dave Daniels moves out of the way, though, just in the nick of time. Now up on one knee, and Dave Daniels having his way with the young Ethan Z. Fisherman suplex just tossing him overhead. Hook of the leg. 1, but it's not enough. Ethan Z has that fire, has that passion. He might not be physically impressive. Oh, showing off those 18-inch pythons, brother, as Ethan Z unknowingly gets to his feet, only to catch that double axe handle. No, moves out of the way, but not quick enough to capitalize. Now face to face. Oh, geez, what a punch. Oh, monkey flip. Goodbye, Ethan Z. Sent flying off into the corner there. Oh, ooh la la. Viva la raza for Coach Dave Daniels. But the hot tag, and here comes Matino with a head full of steam. Goes for a big boot, but oh, leg drop, Bulldog. Nice effort, but unfortunately did not end very well. And now Ethan Z is down. The BG Body Boys see their opening. Change in positions, pop up, power slam. Thanks for coming, Matino. Nice effort, but uno, dos, tres. The BG Body Boys are victorious. It's all that hurts me. You gotta give Matino credit. He pretty much didn't even have a partner in that match. Virtually a handicap. Still, he gave them a run for their money. But the BG Body Boys with a nice finish. And a tweet here, guys, from the Larcenist says, Riddle time, I'm sexier, stronger, cooler, faster, and sexier than every man in that ring. Who am I? If you answered anything but the soon-to-debut Eddie Larson, you're bad at riddles. Eddie Larson arrives soon at NGW, and I can tell just from that tweet that he's going to be real fun to be around. The BG Body Boys, though, start off their NGW careers with a strong showing and win against Matino and Ethan Z. Stay awake, Suntan. It is last first round matchup in the NGW Championship Tournament. The Prophet Jay Monday takes on the Sin City Savior Cameron Harris. The winner of this will meet Anthony Hunt in 2 weeks in a semifinal matchup. Of course, next week we now know it'll be Gary Reed and Ryan Riley in the first semifinal matchup. But these two last week got in each other's faces in a very heated confrontation to build up to this matchup right here. I'm super excited for this. And so, of course, to come our main event, a fatal four-way elimination match featuring some new faces to NGW. Are you a big J Money fan, Bateman? I bet you have all that J Money merch. One of these two men will take one step closer to becoming the new NGW champion. And of course, Cameron Harris, in a way, is kind of a CMV veteran, but only the fact that he showed up a couple of times, had a few matches throughout the years, but never concurrently stuck with it, either because, you know, other things took his attention or due to injury. But he is a former contender for the Rising Star Championship. J Money, though, in a short amount of time he's been in CMV, been very impressive. His tiny tenure on Fusion, he severely injured former international and U.S. champion Pierre Thompson. The Prophet is a dangerous man. Doesn't just want to beat his opponents, wants to hurt them and make sure that they remember his name. They have nightmares about him. Oh, but look at that. Cameron Harris arriving in style. The Sin City Savior made his return to CMV some weeks ago with a win over Twisted, actually, who we saw earlier tonight on Genesis. He also competed in the Royal Rumble match at Absolution, but now Cameron Harris finds a new home at NGW. Could he perhaps be our next NGW champion? Yeah, I get really scared when we go to high school gyms because Matino kind of creeps on the seniors a little bit. So here we go, guys. Our final first round matchup in the NGW Championship Tournament. The winner of this will meet Anthony Hunt in 2 weeks' time. We know that next week, Gary Reed and Ryan Riley will do battle to see who gets the first spot in the finals. But J Money starts things off strong against Harris with a vertical suplex dropped into a neck breaker. Nicely done. Yeah, earlier tonight before the show started, actually, I was at the vending machine getting a Mountain Dew. And Matino creeped up behind me, and well, let's just say his finger went somewhere that wasn't too pleasant. I'm still a little bit sore. Attempted to go after the arm. Cameron Harris, woo! Sharp DDT. I don't blame J Money for going for the pin. This could be over already, but no. Cameron Harris kicks out. It was Harris who came out here last week to go on a little bit of a rant. Feels as though he's too good for NGW, but J Money interrupted him. Cameron Harris backed out of, J Money threw that a challenge. He said, let's not wait till next week. Let's have our matchup right here, right now. But Cam said, nah, fam. I'm not going to let you catch me off guard like that. We'll do battle when we do battle, and I'll beat you. Right now, though, J Money is in firm control. Things are not going well for the Sin City Savior. German suplex turned about into the Rainmaker. That short arm clothesline turning Cam inside out. Cam finally with some pushback. Arm wrench, kick to the gut, and a DDT. The reel him in. Look at that front flip. It's not really a front flip, though, more like a headstand. There's a shoulder block. There's another shoulder block. J Money, though, reverses, tosses Harris out onto the apron. Harris, though, J Money not realizing that Harris is still... Oh, raining down some fire with that double axe handle. Cam is feeling it, and just like that, it is the Prophet who's in the danger zone, standing C-Fire. Can Cam do it? Ain't no flies on him. What's this, Cam? Hammerlock DDT! Jackpot! Jackpot by Harris. 1, 2, just a 2 count though. So close, but no cigar. Up to the second turnbuckle now, even though that hammerlock DDT was not enough to get the 3 count. Cam realizes he has control and needs to keep it that way. Standing German suplex. That just shows you the strength that money inhibits. This match has been a million miles a minute since the bell rang. Haven't had a chance to catch my breath. These two going hard. They got under each other's skin last week. One to embarrass the other. Straight punches to the face from a kneeling position. Money has taken back control by the horns, guys. Hook to the jaw. Again, the German suplex. Suplex City is what Harris is trapped in tonight. And there's the short arm clothesline. Jay Money now has his finger on the trigger. And things just might be about to end. Nasty butterfly DDT. Hooks the legs, no rope break in sight. 2, 3, and Jay Money is going to the semifinals. The semifinals now are... Wait a minute, Cameron Harris back up to his feet. Are we gonna get a handshake? Well, Jay Money's offering it, but Cameron Harris shuts him down. The Sin City Savior leaves the Prophet hanging. He just wanted to show some good sportsmanship after a match, but gets denied for once. Harris, in a way, embarrassing Jay Money there, but the fact of the matter remains, the semifinals are now set next week. It will be Gary Reed and Ryan will get Jay Money, and then Anthony Hunt, one of those 4 men, will be the next NGW champion. Yo, Bloody, what up, my friend? Here live for NGW episode 2, and now it is main event time. Fatal 4-way. So we get some news brought to us. The Reborn Jaden Shadow, Dylan Vincent, who we actually got to saw last week, in a tag match. He actually got the win along with Stan Bowers, Joey Diaz, and Sia Wizard. Bless up. NGW is our showcase for our developmental show. And its 3rd incarnation, episode 2. Of course, guys, don't forget tomorrow night is Genesis, edition number 123. Great card. And this Sunday is the Fusion exclusive pay-per-view Emergence. A great card. 7 awesome matches, 4 title matches. The last stop before the last pay-per-view of the year, Homecoming 3. Here we go, guys. Main event time. And a real showcase for these 4 men. 3 of them being introduced to the NGW universe for the first time. And of course, elimination rules dictates that we must get 3 pinfall submissions. Last man standing will be victorious. And out first is Reborn Jaden Shadow, the Alpha and the Omega, he calls himself. I'm very excited to see what Shadow brings to the table here at NGW. Much like Ethan Z, gonna use up our pyro budget there. Never forget. I wonder if this is still a command. It is. Jaden Shadow definitely. Oh, damn. A very few entrants, but that's not what really matters at the end of the day. It's if you can actually cut it in the ring. Are these real? What are these? Monopoly money? But out next, guys, this would be Dylan Vincent. Like I said, we got to see it last week when he teamed with Stan Bowers to get a victory over Park Sung-ho and Nicholas Hemmerling. And this kid definitely impressed me there. This is his first singles match, though. Well, as a solo competitor, it's a fatal four-way, but you know what I mean. The razor blade he likes to go by. Looking to show us what he's worth and that he could be a big name, not only in NGW, but in CMV. And out third, guys, going to be another first look as we welcome Joey Diaz to NGW. Joey Diaz, definitely a very promising prospect for NGW. Not much that I can tell you about this kid. I haven't even seen him in the Performance Center. I believe this might be his first appearance, period. Maybe just signed yesterday. Now, he was signed last week, but I haven't had the chance to bump into him, to talk to him, or to check him out in the Performance Center. So, first experience, well. I can't do that, Kinsel, but I can give you a quote directly from the one and only DJ Khaled. We have to get money. We have no choice. It costs money to eat. Words to live by, Kinsel. And last but not least, guys, to bring this Fatal four-way elimination match together is the most unique, I'd say, of the lot. The Wizard, he likes to go by. And, well, Wizard is a man. You can obviously tell why he chose that name. Another superstar that I don't really think I want to get to know. I'd be cautious to approach this guy. Look at that beard, though. That is a one-of-a-kind beard. I could appreciate that beard. Well, but in this matchup, I'm sure we're going to be very well acquainted with these four superstars. So let's go, guys. Fatal four-way rules means there are no countouts and no disqualifications. But it is elimination, so last man standing will have his arm raised as the victor. Jaden Shadow, Dylan Vincent, Joey Diaz, and Stevie Wizard and Diaz go after each other. Meanwhile, Vincent goes hard after Wizard. Nasty DDT there. And we're going to zoom in on Diaz. Turn Jaden's back in a hamburger meat with those forearm smashes, then a double knee backstabber. Gonna have him feeling that in the morning. Meanwhile, Vincent taking for an airplane ride around and around again, making me dizzy over here. I'm about to throw up my Mountain Dew. You wish it was Nacho Man's soul. That was before your time. How do you even know? Oh! We just got a stunner from Diaz there to Jaden. A little bit of revenge. Where's Sodag? No, Sodag. Now Joey Diaz up to the second turnbuckle, guys, and he has been all over the Alpha and Omega. What a moonsault DDT. Samuel Boone hit one. You can assume that if you want, Kinsel. Oh, cheeky bit of lag we're getting, of course. Because why not? It's a dashing... Oh. Also, Patino, wherever he is backstage, just got turned on watching that. Dylan Vincent, those hips don't lie. That was a little bit out of character. Just wanted to show us what he's working with, I guess. For all the females in attendance. These stiff forearms. So, Jaden Shadow has not been having a good time in this matchup, guys. Stevie Wizard, meanwhile, Russian leg sweep. All four guys fighting in this specific corner on the outside. I don't know what makes this corner so great. Just saying it again doesn't make me know who he is. I'm not a loser boy like you, Soul, alright? Stevie Wizard throwing Joey Diaz here back into the ring, and perhaps we're closing in on our first elimination. Irish whip, Diaz rebounds. Oh, chest bump. Showing good sportsmanship for the debuts of Jaden Shadow, Joey Diaz, and Stevie Wizard, who just got decapitated. Oh my God, the ruthlessness of Joey there. That was just rude. To kill someone like that. You can literally kill someone like that. Meanwhile, Dylan Vincent looks to, wow, the universe slow down. Runs a good 10-foot plus drop from the top rope down to the outside. Jaden is catching the work at this match, guys. He has got to do something big time to try and fire back. Now he's busted open as Joey Diaz, straight knee to the face off the vertical suplex. And will that be our first elimination? It will. Stevie Wizard hits the back as Joey Diaz picks up the first elimination here in our main event after a hellacious Gourdbuster GTS. Now he targets Dylan Vincent with a lion salt as Jaden Shadow seems to be napping on the apron there. Might be a good strategy for him to just stay out there for a minute, try to recuperate. Taking a deep breath. The CM Universe up on their feet. Stevie Wizard just now realizing he's been eliminated, has to head to the back, hit the showers. Trip now to the corner, and this has turned into a triple threat. Joey Diaz most definitely has impressed me the most in this matchup thus far. Dylan Vincent rolls to the outside, wants to take himself a little bit of a cheeky rest. Jaden Shadow finally starts to fire off, quickly quelled by Diaz. Couple elbows to the side of the head, now he shoots him, but Jaden, was looking for some boot camp. That last second counter by Diaz, that clutch, and Vintage 2K is going to randomly pause the game. Joey Diaz lining up his shot here on Shadow for a reality check, the knee to the side of the head, and then a neckbreaker. Dylan Vincent rejoins the fray. Lion Saw hopping right over him. Hooks the leg for the pin. Dylan Vincent seems a bit agitated. His hands there. I love Diaz's tattoos, by the way. Big fan of this guy. Big fan of all four. Well, all three of these guys. I like Stevie Wizard though also. Unfortunately, just was not his night. As now it is Diaz who takes a trip to the outside, and Dylan Vincent who gets flattened with over the pin though, follows through with a springboard cross body. 1, 2, just a 2 count though. Dylan Vincent shows some resiliency. If I were Shadow, I would have gone for the pin right after the Psycho Driver. I guess he wanted to make sure the job was done, but it was not to be. Now Shadow trying to keep Joey Diaz off his back. As you see, he's still bleeding from that gash on his forehead. Powerbomb attempted, countered into a victory roll, and Jaden Shadow could steal the elimination here. Perry White down to the count. 1, 2, but just a 2 count. Gotta be also, Coming from behind, and it looks like maybe a bit of an alliance has formed between Dylan Vincent and Joey Diaz against the Alpha and Omega here. Diaz forearm smash to the lower back, now puts him up on the top rope, was trying for something, but Dylan Vincent says, no teams here. Diaz again takes a trip to the outside. Remember, Stevie Wizard has already been eliminated by Diaz after a Gourdbuster GTS. Who will be our next elimination? Who will it come down to? And our main event of NGW Episode 2, jawbreaker by Dylan Vincent, and a reverse STO by Razorblade. Wow, I do not think that was a rope break at all, but Jaden Shadow getting saved positioning on that occasion. Oh, that gets freaking sent with that stunner, or whippersnapper as it might be more commonly known as. Up on the top rope, Diaz going for a bit of a ride, and it's not a fun one. Punch to the back of the head, Dylan Vincent with a back suplex all the way from the top, and Diaz landed right on his neck. You can see him immediately grasping at the back of his head, and that is not a good sign. Whatever he went for there, Dylan Vincent was able to counter. It's desperation seeping from Joey Diaz. You could feel it. Reborn Jaden Shadow back into the ring. He's grabbing at his head. And I'm not surprised at that at all. He's bleeding bad. His head has been a big target. Camel clutch being applied by Vincent here on Diaz, but Diaz will escape. Only to be caught from behind by Shadow with a back suplex facebuster. Then Dylan Vincent gets disposed of, tries to with a butterfly DDT, instead flips out of it. What athleticism, the agility by Dylan showcased there. Simply amazing as Diaz again rolls to the outside, and a belly to belly. Gonna take down Jaden. Joey back into the ring and celebrating whatever. I guess he's probably a little bit of a late celebration for eliminating Stevie Wizard, but the match is far from over. Dylan Vincent was going to the top rope, perhaps going for something to try to finish off Jaden once and for all. Super kick floors Diaz, Northern Light suplex, but another rope break. Jaden getting very lucky in this matchup. Claps the temples as he's going for a belly to belly. Elbow to the side of the head by Diaz. Now walks right into an arm drag. 1999, a reversal fest is ensuing, but it might be lights out for Diaz. Oh no, he counters just as Dylan Vincent did. Twice he's almost eliminated both men in this matchup. And Diaz again. This is how he started off the match against Jaden, and maybe it'll be what it takes to eliminate the Alpha and Omega. Maybe not, but this could very well be Hell's Gate being applied as he holds the shin button. Oh my God, we're just gonna start calling Jaden the Rope Break King. Numerous times he should have been eliminated in this matchup. He has been by the grace of the gods, but I don't think anything's gonna save him from this. Oh, pulls the trigger, does Vincent, for a sharp knee to the side of the head, but Joey Diaz is looking to steal the pin. 1, 2, 3. Vincent's offense gets the job done, but Diaz claims the pinfall. 2 eliminations now for Joey, and it is down to he and Razorblade. Which one of these two men will stand tall in their debut? Well, Joey Diaz's debut, Dylan Vincent's second match here at NGW after being victorious last week in a tag team matchup. Can he cut it on his own? It doesn't look like it. Oh, rip-torn knee strike. Dylan Vincent collapses like a sack of stones. And now to put the exclamation point on what has been a phenomenal performance, sweet chin music. Good night, sweet prince. 1, 2, 3, and Joey Diaz eliminating all 3 men to get the victory here in the main event of NGW Episode 2. I didn't really attribute the elimination of Jaded Shadow to Dylan Vincent, but technically Diaz did get the pin. Also eliminating Stevie Wizard, and then of course finally Vincent himself with that nasty super kick. Soul, I've actually got a little bit of a cheeky treat for you. Man, props, truly, hats off to all 4 of these men, though. What a great match to cap off this edition of NGW. But it is Joey Diaz we'll be talking about tomorrow. A bright future for this. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in to what was another great episode of NGW, man. I am loving this show. Glad that we decided to bring it back. And next week's show is definitely going to be a banger as well. But if you would like to know more about us, exclamation point CMV in the chat. We'll give you some details. Exclamation point join. We'll give you a link to our website, cmvwrestling.com. If you have a call and you are on Xbox One and you want to join CMV, you are more than welcome. Yeah, exclamation point Discord. We'll give you the link to our Discord. If you do decide to join, make sure you check that out. And our Twitter page is official, if I can spell it right. Official CMV _. You can follow us for signings, updates, match cards, announcements, all that kind of good stuff. And I'm actually going to stream again in about maybe 10 minutes or so. I just purchased... Check 1 2, check 1 2, my bad. Ralph just freaking ripped my mic right off my head. But I was gonna say, last night, so I purchased Star Wars Battlefront 2 because it was backwards compatible on the one. They also have Battlefront 1, but I like Battlefront 2 more. 10 buckaroos, and I'm gonna play a little bit of it in a while. So if you want to tune into that, one of the greatest games of all time. So I'll be playing that a little bit on stream, but if not, I'll see you tomorrow for Genesis. Hopefully you can hear me here. Check, check. I'll see you on Genesis, or hopefully for this Sunday, the Fusion exclusive pay-per-view Emergence. Toodles.